For months, something hasn't felt right. On paper, the competition exists. Multiple teams, multiple champions, endless resources. But on track, there's only one story being told, and it's getting uncomfortable. Because what we're witnessing in the 2026 season isn't just dominance, it's control. Race after race, lap after lap, one team keeps finding something extra. Not just speed, precision, consistency, perfection. And the strangest part? They're doing it without ever looking like they're trying their hardest. At first, it was dismissed. A strong start, a well-prepared car. But as the gap kept growing, the questions started getting louder. Because in Formula One, dominance always comes with a cost. And history has taught us one thing: if something looks too perfect, it usually is. Now, inside the paddock, whispers are turning into accusations. Engineers are asking questions, drivers are losing patience, and rival teams are starting to dig deeper because they believe something is being hidden. Not illegal, not obvious, but calculated. A level of performance that isn't being fully revealed. And if that's true, then this isn't just a championship fight anymore. It's a game, a carefully controlled game where the real performance is being kept in the shadows. There's a word in motorsport that makes teams uncomfortable: sandbagging. It's not cheating, it's not against the rules, at least not directly, but it's dangerous because it means one thing: you're not showing your true speed. And in 2026, that possibility is becoming harder to ignore. The new regulations were designed to keep things close, to stop one team from running away with the championship. A smart system, fair, balanced. But like every rule in Formula One, it can be manipulated. And that's where things get complicated. Because if a team can control how fast they appear, they can control how the system reacts to them. Stay just within the limit, stay just below the threshold, and suddenly you're not just racing your rivals, you're controlling them. Now, rival teams believe that's exactly what's happening, that one team has figured out how to operate in that gray area, not fast enough to trigger penalties, not slow enough to raise suspicion, just perfectly managed. And if that's true, then this isn't just clever engineering, it's something much bigger, because it turns the entire championship into a calculated illusion. For years, proving something like this would have been impossible, because how do you prove intent? How do you prove that a driver isn't pushing, that an engine isn't being used fully? You can't, or at least you couldn't until now, because 2026 introduced something new, something quiet but powerful. Advanced performance monitoring systems, sensors that don't rely on assumptions, sensors that don't guess. They record everything, every ounce of power, every throttle input, every moment of hesitation. And unlike anything before, this data goes directly to the governing body, unfiltered, untouched. And now that data is being studied, not casually, but carefully, because early indications are raising eyebrows. Small inconsistencies, moments where the numbers don't match the performance on track. Nothing obvious, nothing definitive, but enough to start asking a very uncomfortable question. What if the car is capable of more, but choosing not to show it? And if that question has an answer, then this entire season could change overnight. Inside the paddock, things are starting to shift. The calm surface is breaking, because behind closed doors, conversations are getting heated. Team principals are no longer being polite, engineers are no longer staying silent, and suddenly this isn't just technical, it's personal. Rival teams feel like they're being played, not beaten, outplayed. And there's a difference, because losing to a faster car is one thing, but losing to a strategy you can't see, that's something else entirely. Now pressure is building on the governing body. They're being forced into a corner. Act too soon and risk being wrong. Wait too long and risk losing control. Because if this continues, trust inside the sport could collapse. And once that happens, it's not just one team that suffers, it's everyone. Publicly, everything seems under control. The leading team remains calm, confident, unshaken. Their message is simple: we're just better. No tricks, no manipulation, no hidden strategy, just superior engineering. But it's that confidence that's making things worse,
because to their rivals, it doesn't sound like confidence, it sounds like deflection. And every word, every interview, every subtle remark is adding more fuel to an already growing fire. Because in Formula One, words matter. And right now, every word is being analyzed, every sentence questioned, every reaction judged. And instead of calming the situation, it's doing the opposite. It's pushing everyone closer to confrontation. Now, everything comes down to one moment, one decision. The governing body has the data, they have the pressure, they have the responsibility, but what they don't have is certainty. Because proving manipulation is one thing, proving intent is something else entirely. And that's the dilemma. Do they act on suspicion or wait for undeniable proof? Because whatever they decide, the consequences will be massive. A penalty could reshape the championship, a warning could ignite a war, and doing nothing might be the most dangerous option of all. And this is where everything changes, because this story isn't just about one team, it's about the sport itself, its rules, its integrity, its future. Because if performance can be controlled like this, then what are we really watching? A race or a simulation of one? The fans feel it, the tension, the uncertainty, that lingering doubt in the back of their minds. And the truth is, no one knows how this ends, because the real battle in 2026 isn't just happening on the track, it's happening in meeting rooms, in data centers, in silent decisions that will never be seen. And when the final verdict comes, it won't just decide a champion, it will decide something much bigger, what Formula One really stands for.